All right, starting 2026 with news. Notion, the new no-code platform. n8n, time to patch your 2.x n8n. Gemini and NotebookLM and Opal and Gems, what a combination. And then Olares, I was a little bit down on it last video, but now I'm seeing through their Discord that there is some hope that it really will be a good on-prem solution. And of course, some more news. All right, welcome to 2026. The first news article is about Softr. Again, they were a past sponsor. I'll mention that as we go. Softr released 12 updates before Christmas, and some of them were just interesting because, again, what is it about these no-code tools that make our lives easier? So they had AI database builder. Good example of using AI in a way that's context-based, built into their system, and not just doing everything, but just doing something in the system. Inline table editing, the vibe coding showcase video is seen in this link as well. And it reminds me there's some hope for this vibe coding. I don't know where to put it sometimes, but I can see now the benefits of it. And then global search. So some nice features to add to the no-code tool Softr. The next article is about Notion with their custom AI agents, but basically they are doing just a lot with events and triggers and all the things we think about in the no-code tools like n8n or whatever, right? But they're putting it into Notion, and it reminds me that the system you're using now for context, notes, databases, if you can build the AI around that with events and triggers, then you have a good core. So Notion is coming at it from that direction, and this is, I keep saying this, but why am I not using Notion? If it can do a lot of these things that I have to build out, then maybe I should be using it. So yeah, check that out, Notion and custom AI agents. Now, there'll be a quick ad here. This is my ad to join the channel. So please take a moment to watch it, comment, ask questions, and then hang in there for the rest of the news. Thank you. 2026 is almost here, and I want to show you 4 tracks that I'm going to be focusing on 2026. And by the end of that year, I just want you to get a sense of like how much you're going to learn. How to have a self-hosted Linux box with all the AI, all the automations and no-code we talk about all the time. But you're going to have your own, and at this point, you could put this in your customer's office. So they have private LLMs. We'll do live trainings, and you'll see in this timeline all the topics we're going to really cover here. So honestly, by the end of this track, by the end of 2026, you're going to just feel really confident doing this type of stuff. And it's not that hard. It just takes time learning and doing. The second track is just how do you build? And this one's going to adapt over the year, but by the end of the year, you're going to know how to build UIs and backend. By the end of that track, you're just going to understand how to build, not just with AI, but with no-code tools. And then, of course, during the week, I'm just going to keep an eye on what's trending and what's interesting to me, and I'll cover those topics as well. So these are 4 tracks, 2026. If you join, you'll be in, you'll do the live lessons with me, you'll get more support, and you'll help support the channel. Looking forward to 2026. Thank you. So the next one's building with Opal. There's a link here. Opal shows up a couple of times in this, or Gemini, you'll see. But Opal and how it's integrated now into Gemini. I'll link to the article, obviously, with all these will be links, and how you can start using Opal inside of Gemini as you build these mini applications in Gemini. Gemini's, I'll share it in a moment in this other video that's news, is just becoming quite impressive, really. So Opal's there integrating in the Gemini, and it's a mini app builder. It's really worth looking into if you want to just get a sense of what you could do with just a prompt and some dragging and dropping of nodes. The next news article is just the n8n CVE patch. So CVE is common vulnerabilities and exposures. It's a good thing to keep an eye on, link into the feeds. So make sure to patch. And then even though these are no-code tools, if you're self-hosting or hosting, even with them, I think you got to patch it yourself. I'm not sure about that one. But this just does some updates to Stripe payment system and then the patch. So keep your n8n patched. Keep all your systems patched. So that's it for the news. The next section is videos I've liked this week, maybe more than a week, sorry. Gemini and NotebookLM. This is a great video. It blew my mind what Gemini can do and how it integrates with NotebookLM. He does a great job explaining it. So in that case, you'll have Gemini using NotebookLM for gems, and you start to see how to bring all this together to have really complex, consistent context for all of your prompts and chats. It's very impressive. The next video I saw was about AutoClaude, and it comes back to this kind of Kanban interface to your multiple code bases. But this is a way to do multiple projects at once, letting the agents do their things with Claude Code and a UI that's really friendly, so you can have multiple things going on at once with different project bases or different features in that project. So that's AutoClaude. Another video I really liked was one doing a comparison of ToolJet and Retool as I do research about ToolJet, Buddy-based AppSmith. It was a really good video about these no-code options, and just a reminder that these tools like ToolJet or options like ToolJet do a lot of work to make it user-friendly, where Retool, I think, fell behind in this one. So watch that video. He did a great job of breaking it down. The next video I really liked was the open source ElevenLabs, basically Chatterbox. He breaks it down in this video, and I link to the GitHub repo. I've been with another company for a while back where they had to keep everything internal, and we didn't have a good solution for turning text to audio. It was like very robotic. So having something like Chatterbox on a system that can generate audio, even not on the fly, but just like daily reports, this is pretty awesome. So just give it a try if you want it for pricing or privacy. Chatterbox to never compete with ElevenLabs, but as an option. Some self-hosting and on-prem news. Olares I covered in a video. I linked to my LinkedIn article as I just find out that, hey, my biggest fear of Olares, this amazing product for on-prem AI and just running on-prem applications, was that we were stuck with their particular auth system, so therefore it wasn't really open source or something I could say is private. But I got news while I was away that they are going to break free from that. So I think that's moving in a good direction. So I want to just bring that to the news here, that it's a great option for on-prem hosting. Another news article I want to share, and this is the last one actually, Apple clustering in XO. Apple, with their amazing clustering ability with Thunderbolt 5 power, the speed, whatever, makes it so you can take these expensive machines, but not crazy expensive, and build up a cluster so that your on-prem AI can run faster. Run larger models. I don't know if that's always as key as multiple models. And then you have XO, this really amazing looking software to do the sharing of memory and a lot of other stuff. So XO plus Apple's newer advances in clustering their Macs, it's quite a powerful combination for on-prem LLM. I think 2026 will be a lot of that. All right, that's the news. Remember, there's some links below to join the channel, subscribe, comment, share. Give me an idea of what other news I should cover as I try to go no code, on-prem, and just what's trending in open source on GitHub. All right, thank you and welcome to 2026.